Saint Laurent showed their Spring-Summer 2026 menswear campaign in Paris for Fashion Week this week, and I just figured I'd do a quick react to it and just kind of give my thoughts. I am a big Saint Laurent fan, particularly from the Hedi days. But, you know, if you know anything about the transition from Hedi Slimane to Anthony Vaccarello, Vaccarello kind of kept going for a while what Hedi Slimane was doing and has kind of transitioned it since then. I say that not as a negative thing. I think it's actually a really smart move. A lot of the pieces that Hedi Slimane made very famous from Saint Laurent, and the Wyatt boots or like the Teddy jacket or the LO1 or whatever, people were still looking for those things. So I think it was an easy transition for the brand from one designer to the next. I've stayed a fan of the brand since Vaccarello's taken over, I think because of that easy transition. And honestly, I've liked a lot of the stuff that he's done. Like the past couple seasons have been really interesting. So with that in mind, I just figured, like I said, I'd do a quick react to this show. To be honest with you, I did look at it a little bit ahead of time. So it's not a complete like blind react, but I haven't seen everything. So just figured let's get into it. All right. So first look here, obviously like those look like pleated shorts. I have seen this element repeated through this show with like the tie tucked into the shirt. Ties are back, folks. It's funny because I was literally just thinking the other day, like I was wearing a lot of ties in the spring and I want to keep doing that, but I feel like for summer it's kind of like difficult to do, so maybe this is a good way to like incorporate that. But yeah, it's a cool look. It's interesting because after just doing the Prada show, like I wonder how much the gams are going to be out for this season as well. The shirt being that sort of coral look is an interesting splash of color considering the last couple shows, and then here obviously again more. So this look right here, it looks to me like one of his past collections, but just more intense coloring. So like that, it's sort of like an acidy, almost like a chartreuse color. And those glasses are intense. And look at both of these. They're like the like oversized rim glasses that like they've been doing, but just like on steroids. It's actually kind of a, forgive me God, Balenciaga type look. Like I would expect that from them. And then again, with that motif, the tie tucked into the shirt like that, though it's not tone on tone this time. The shirt kind of is. Again, the intense shoulders, like I've been loving the suiting. I actually tried on a YSL suit last time I was in the city, and boy, was it large. I think I was like down to like a 46. I'm usually a freaking 50. That's a cool trench coat. Again, the intense shoulders. This reminds me of like Rick Owens, like Tatlin coats that have just like the super exaggerated boxy shoulders. And the styling is interesting with that belt just kind of cutting across. They've been doing some interesting stuff with like last season they had a look that was like boxers like aggressively sticking out of what was otherwise like a 80s power suit look. Those glasses again. I feel like the glasses and the tie thing are going to be, man, is anyone doing like draping pants better or just draping stuff in general than Vaccarello right now? They look so dope. I will. So interestingly, I've been waiting to see what the brand is going to do because the last couple seasons I've loved them, but they felt a little samey. You know, they included those like big thigh-high boots last time, but like beyond that, I kind of felt like it was an extension of what they did before. And I feel like this look, if you just made this suit tan and put it in the last show, it would have fit. So the evolution, well, and the glasses are definitely a big move too. And the fabric is maybe a little more satiny looking. It was a little more traditional before, so it feels like it's getting more in a colorful space, and maybe fabrics are evolving a little bit. Okay, again with those heavily pleated baggy shorts, almost looks like a skirt in this, and that's interesting too because keep looking a little bit. Love that suit. The colors are an interesting pop. I really like the tonal tie on tie. I've been kind of trying to get into that myself a little bit. I don't know if I'd go. I just tried to blow the screen because I thought that thing in the lower right was a hair. It's part of the set. Yeah, I always get in my head a little bit too much about like, okay, do I need to buy this from YSL though? Because it's going to be insanely expensive. I'll get into that a little bit more later, I guess. But this suit it's pretty much standard for their shows with the draping and the shoulders. I mean, what else can I say? I love it. This shirt looks a little sheer, and again, more interesting colors. Oh, I didn't get to the point I was going to make. The last couple seasons, they've been doing this like aggressive, like 80s or even 90s, like power suit look, like with the aggressive shoulders and just like the intense baggy suit look, which is funny because like Hedi Slimane made his nut doing like super slim silhouettes. So it's kind of funny they're doing these like aggressive, you know, huge shoulders, baggy cuts, but still like with intense proportions. I think it's very like old Yves Saint Laurent. But with this collection, it's leaning a little bit more into the feminine side of things again, which a couple seasons before they were doing like all the suiting and stuff, it was decidedly more feminine from the men's side of things. Like they were wearing like what looked like blouses kind of, or like just like scarf shirts almost. I was talking to a sales associate and we were kind of just talking about the new stuff and how much we both liked it. And he kind of brought up that like those previous collections weren't selling super well with like the more feminine, like he straight up said like it was like a more feminine look on the men's stuff. So it's interesting to me that this is showing up again, kind of peaking in that area, because I wonder, I can't help but think about the business side of things. I wonder if it's going to be successful for them, because again, this leans more into that like a little bit more effeminate look with the like sheer shirt and again, it's like, it's not a skirt, but it like almost has that like visual effect, right? Again, those glasses are pretty intense. Glasses are insane, bro. Okay, this kind of looks like, again, what I was saying with like the boxers peeking out. This is not that, but it's like the pants like kind of flaring up. It's an interesting look. I've lost like a little bit of weight recently, and a lot of my pants that used to be like a 32 or even a 31 are getting a little loose. And when I bunch the belt up, it kind of looks like this. So it's kind of interesting them steer into it a little bit like that. I wonder if that belt is part of it. It's so tone on tone. Tone on tone is the tonal is the name of the game this season. So part of my big issue with like a lot of the YSL stuff that I'm seeing is like, again, I know I brought this up before, but like, do I need to go to YSL for this? You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to know that it's YSL. I'm not that rich. Okay. I'm sure there is someone who can just like buy all this stuff and not blink an eye. But like, if I'm going to be buying a pair of like pleated pants and I want them to be baggy, I'm sure I can find alternative options that are not going to be like $1,000. This is more a traditional. This looks like some Miami Vice type thing. It's cool. I love it. It's not like a super crazy evolution, just the colors being more interesting. I love the colors on this. Again, though, styling wise, like, I hate that I think, okay, so this is interesting. It's like a, man, that looks like a nylon, like rain material over it, like a poncho material, I should say. And the again, this is like I mentioned like a scarf shirt. Like this is kind of looks like what that is. So it's kind of like, okay, you guys were with me on the suits. What if we brought that back a little bit? I don't know how I feel about that over shirt. It's cool. I wonder how they're getting, because that's not a suit, that's just a shirt, how he's getting this like aggressive shouldering out of it. Because I will say, I felt like when I tried on the suit myself, I wasn't quite getting that like I got it a little bit. Maybe I'll flash up the picture if I got it. My hair's terrible in it. Ooh, I like we're Joker-fied in this one. This is aggressive Joker color scheme, but I like it though. Raincoats are nice. That's again with that kind of it's like a nylon-y fabric. Is that a triple pleated pant? Quadruple pleated perhaps? I just love pleats. Pleats are back in, folks. Get yourself some pleated pants. And again, the kind of scarf shirt look. Scarf shirt. You really gotta steer into something if you're gonna rock a look like this, because people will just think that you don't know what you're doing. And the big cuffs on the shirts are something I'm seeing a lot of. Again, I would like to just try one of these shirts on to see how the shoulder falls on me. Purple. I mean, the colors are beautiful. I won't deny that. And I like how coherent and cohesive everything is. After coming off of the Prada show, I feel like I've got tonal whiplash. These pants look more like a linen or something, which is interesting. But they've still got a kind of, I'd say they're like a linen satin blend or silk, probably silk, linen silk. Again, I love the cut of those pants. You know what? I do love yellow. It doesn't look good on me because I'm pale as the day is long. It's a nice turtleneck. Again, I don't know that I'm going to be spending $800 on it. That's I like how like deep that polo button thing is. Like that's a piece I could see rocking because it is like pretty unique. And it's got like I don't know, it feels like it tells a story to me a little bit. Pants are cool. I like them. I hate to be so gosh dang pragmatic in everything that I do. I don't know that someone wouldn't think that I'm just being weird or making a huge mistake. Nice turtleneck. Part of my issue with previous seasons, as I said, I really liked this stuff, but I wanted to see how it would evolve. I guess I'm liking the more daring looks that he's doing. That's interesting. I don't have enough deep knowledge to know what that band is at the bottom, the fastening there for the shirt, but the interplay between the pants and the shirt is interesting. I don't know if I'd ever rock it myself, but I'm using the word interesting a lot, which is code for like, I'm not sure I love it. Cool. Looks a little like you threw a blazer over some pajamas. The gams are out again. I love the vibe of these past couple seasons, which is very much like really nice stuff. We're dressed up, but we also don't give a damn. Like our pants or our belts like hastily done. Our pants like we look like we just got done fooling around. You know what I'm saying? That trench coat is cool. I do really like that belt styling. It's interesting. It's a different tone. I really like this look. If nothing else, it's a great like inspo album. Cool again. It fits very well with the collection. Major Dick Tracy vibes. The raincoats are great. If only I had the funds. Again, that's kind of like a more like, almost like, I hate to say like tech fabric, but like, it's like a more synthetic than you're used to seeing on this. I've loved the leather jackets, and obviously this is like a spring summer collection. You're not really going to see that, but their leather jackets have been so nice. It's interesting like seeing this as maybe a response to that. Again, a lot more shiny, satiny, probably linen blended, but maybe like poly blended. That's kind of interesting with the red. Again, it is that sort of translucent material, but it looks like poncho material to me. And I'm sure it is just like insanely expensive for what it is. But that is a piece that I feel like is unique to this collection, which I can't say about some of the other pieces. So at least it has like that. Man, I don't know about the color. Oh, dang. That's kind of cool. I hate to be so non-committal. I feel like this is going to be a collection that, hang on, I'm going to go back to that one, that I'm going to like not know how I feel about it. It's so, that's such a terrible review. It's reminding me of something, and it's not reminding me of something. Okay. It reminds me of like medical gloves soaked in like iodine, which is a little more like gritty and intense probably than they're going for. But it's cool. I like it. It's interesting, neat, nice, not my type. Yeah, the fabric. I want to see like a breakdown of what the material is. And again, I'll give it to him. This show is like extremely cohesive. Tells a story. Nice shiny shirt, big old pants. Those glasses are going to sell like hotcakes, I imagine. Although, whenever I try on the like super aggressive glasses, they do look a little goofy on me. I like that shirt. Very nice. Could probably get it somewhere else for a lot cheaper. That's that practical side of my brain coming up. Ooh, there's a little bit of pattern on that tie. Just a kiss. I have kind of wanted to F with a Saint Laurent tie. Just to luxuriate in myself a little bit. Again, that aggressive, like the bagginess of that sleeve is really core to this. I wonder if there's anything, I wish I could zoom in on this a little bit more. Does that shirt have a concealed like placket or whatever? I can't see buttons on it, which I think they mostly do. Okay, those have buttons on them. Okay, so it's a combination of both. So just, to give a little bit of context to what I'm saying, or what I'm reacting to, I did look up a couple show notes here. Vaccarello says, I always want to do a collaboration with Yves Saint Laurent in the 70s, but he never went there, Fire Island. So I kind of imagine a way that generation was in the 70s in a different place. So it's my interpretation of a Parisian going there. So like Yves Saint Laurent goes to Fire Island. They looked like some kind of couture silk, but were actually nylon canvas. Technical fabrics, Vaccarello said, to add into the vocabulary of Saint Laurent, to do something not in a mousseline, but to find another way. Saint Laurent himself once stated that nothing is more beautiful than a naked body. Depends. Yeah, so I do think that I feel a little validated in what I was saying in terms of them being like techie fabrics and the them looking like silk but being a nylon canvas. So I guess, like I said, it's kind of a terrible like review thing to say, but I'm a little bit mixed on the show. I was actually really interested to see where they were going to continue to evolve this look because, like I said, I really liked the suiting and the general vibe of the last couple shows. Like, I was like, man, how am I going to get one of these suits? Like, that's kind of a North Star for me. But it was a little samey and a little like definitely interesting cuts, but it's all kind of, I feel like, aping a style that we have seen before. Fashion is cyclical, obviously, but we also got to keep like forging ahead. So what's the thing that we're going to inject into this that's going to make it interesting and not just a retread of the past? And I think you're kind of seeing it with this collection. So in that sense, I like it. I like that it's an evolution. And it's also not like drastic and insane. Like, we're not talking like ridiculous colors. Like, it's kind of the chartreuse and coral, it's definitely brighter, but like a lot of those purples are actually like fairly muted. So it's not like some huge like, oh my God, what is he doing type thing. That being said, I don't know that I love it. Like, again, when I looked at those suits, I was like, oh man, I gotta get one of those. With this collection, I'm respecting the design behind those like nylon canvas things. I don't know that I need to like go out and get one. You know what I mean? The pants I could definitely see getting. Like, like I said, I love pleats, and I think the cuts, the bagginess of those pants and the jackets and the shoulders are all excellent. Man, how am I going to afford that? The typical struggle we all go through. And do I not just like pick up an old suit from the 80s or 90s or whatever that has that aggressive styling, or at least approximates it at a thrift or something for, $30. I actually did that. If I have a picture of it, I'll put it up here. I found just like a tweed coat, it was an oversized blazer. It was like $15, maybe even $10. And I feel like it gets you there. But maybe that's not the point. Maybe I'm thinking too much with like my poor man's brain or something. The point is for us to be inspired by it. So I guess what I'd say is like, cool show. I like it. I like that it's an evolution. I'm curious to see how it will sell. I will say I've seen a little bit of the reactions of people being like, love it, perfection. But I'm like, how many of you are going to actually rock with it? Because for as much as I've seen, love the past couple shows and stuff, actual normal everyday people, like how many people have you seen walking around rocking that kind of thing? I haven't seen a single person in my office besides myself try to rock an oversized blazer. Come on, people. But, I'll throw in some of that. Like I said, I'm going to experiment with the tie thing. Like, that's inspirational to me. I guess that's my piece on it. I got to process a little bit more. But what did you guys think of the collection? Saint Laurent recently has kind of, to me, felt like it's doing its own thing a little bit. Like, all these houses are kind of defining their own signature style. But definitely, like, they're doing baggy in a way that makes sense for the brand and kind of speaks to their heritage. So I don't know that I'd say like this informs the overall fashion scene so much as just like, if you're into this aesthetic, you can buy into it now. There's like an outlet for it and there's a look to it. Like if I see that, I'm like, that's Saint Laurent, like current day Saint Laurent. Or old Yves Saint Laurent, because again, it plays to its heritage. Did you like the show? Did you not like the show? Do you think Vaccarello's making the right moves? Do you miss Hedi Slimane? Because I've heard the Hedi boys are back, baby. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm happy to have that discussion. Like I said, I actually am mostly positive on it, but I'm a little like, there's good and bad for me. I'm not like super up on it like I might have hoped. But also do subscribe, especially if you like runway discussion like this, because I do plan to do more of it. Like, again, I find there's like a lack of a lot of like just casual like runway discussion of this stuff, especially from someone who's not like in fashion, because I'm not. I don't do this as a day job. It's just fun for me. So from a little bit more of like a casual observer side of things, throw me subscribe and I'll do more of these types of videos. But in the meantime, hope you liked it and hope to catch you in the next one. See ya.